So today we got a question from our friend who did not leave his name, but I'm going to give him the name of Bob. And Bob's situation is that he is a Marine and he's getting ready to be moved because, you know, the military bounces you around depending on where they want you. And so he's getting ready to be moved. And when he's going to this new area, he wants to train jiu-jitsu there. To give you some background on his training experience, he has wrestled all of his life, all the way through high school and as a kid. And he joined the military. He got a black belt in the Marine martial arts program, which, you know, again, he admittedly says that it's not anything crazy, but it's experience. And he's done a little bit of no-gi jiu-jitsu at his current gym. He is not trained at all in the gi. So when he goes to this new gym, he's not really sure how to bring it up. Does he tell them, since he hasn't done any gi, does he tell them that he's kind of somewhat new? Or does he tell them the experience? And he says he's like, you know, he's just kind of worried, I guess, because he doesn't want to go in there thinking that he's like really good and then get submitted by some white belt. But at the same time, and this is something that stands out in the message, Bob, he says, you say, that you don't want to go to the beginner classes. Like if you're new, or if you go to the gym, you don't want to get stuck with all the beginners because, again, you don't want your progress to be slowed. So he's curious about how to bring up his experience level and get training at this new gym. So brother, thank you for the question. And man, to get right into it, dude, here's what I want to sort of bring up the idea. You're joining a new tribe, right? Whenever you have a group of people that have bonded, which is going to be the situation in a gym, they have bonded and then they have the new person coming in. The new person has to conform. If you want to grow with them, you're going to have to conform to the whatever the tribal norms are there, whatever the group norms are. I'm sure it's the same way with your, you know, in the military, your groups of units, right? And again, if some new guy gets assigned to you, he's going to have to fall in line with whatever it is that you guys do and the way that you guys act. You know, when I first came to this gym in 2007, I came from another gym. And when I came from the other gym, I was from like the heated rivalry enemy team. Like this gym and my gym at the time, they had a heated rivalry. They weren't friendly at all. And so when I came into this gym as a purple belt who had been winning fights, I was already one of the best guys in the gym when I walked in here instantly. But that said, when I walked in, it was like the record stopped because I walk in and then, you know, they see me and it's like, that guy, the enemy from the other team is here to train with us because he left his other gym. And there was a bit of standoffishness. I'm not sure if that's a word, but you get the idea. There was a bit of standoffishness with me for a while because they weren't really sure, you know, who is this guy? You know, and again, when I came in, I didn't come in acting like I knew what I was doing or that I was better than anyone or anything. I tried to be the best training partner I could be. I tried to make sure I didn't take anybody's head off or anything like that. If I was doing the jiu-jitsu classes or the MMA classes, even if it was something I'd done a million times before, I learned on my very first white belt day or whatever, I did it with maximum focus because I wanted them to make sure that they knew that I was here to stay and that I was here to take it all in and I was here to be a good partner. And so I just did whatever I needed to do. And it was only after one of my fights where, you know, all of a sudden they start ragging on me and I start ragging on them. We're all laughing that I kind of knew, okay, I'm in, okay? Now with you, in your situation, you're making this like, first off, you got to tell them what you've done. You've got to tell them your experience. That's flat out. You got to do that. You can't go in there and say, I had a guy do that to me one time named Tim. Tim tells me, we're training on a Friday. He tells me, oh yeah, I haven't really done any grappling, but I'd love to do some jiu-jitsu. Oh, great, Tim, let's do it. So he comes in on Monday when we have takedowns and he'd wrestle. He's throwing everyone through the wall. He had wrestled in college and he's just blasting everybody through the friggin' like the walls here. And then I had to come up to him like, Tim, you said you hadn't trained at all. He said, oh, I wrestled in college. Like not even not like rinky-dink college. He wrestled at like good schools. I'm like, man, what the hell? You know, like that's grappling. He was like, oh, I haven't done jiu-jitsu. So you got to tell them your experience. Otherwise, you'll like be able taking people down and they'll think that you bamboozled them. I love that word, bamboozled. But the other side of it is that don't come in there into someone else's home. Don't come into the tribe thinking you're going to call the shots. You haven't trained in the gi. You've only done a little bit of jiu-jitsu, so it's not your place. You should come in and be like, all right, I'm here to fall in line. I was a purple belt. I was better than some of the guys that I would be on the mats with, but I'm falling in line because I'm a part of this new group. It's not my place. And so when you go to a new place, again, that's the way it has to be. You are there to train with them and take it all in. Now, what will end up happening is if you go into some of the classes that are more fundamental based, more beginner, whatever, if they're not right for you, your coaches will see it and they'll say, hey man, you should probably go to this class. You're pretty tough. Go to this class. But you also might find that by going to some of these beginner classes, you might get more than what you bargained for. Because I know that for me, like I'll be traveling, right? I'll just travel and you know, whenever I travel, I want to train. So I'll stop by at some gym and I'll go into this gym and I'll have like a blue belt or a purple belt teaching a beginner's class. And I'll sit there and watch them, or sometimes I even do those classes and I like pick up a new detail, again, from a blue belt. again, I can beat the brakes off the guy during rolling, but then he'll have some grip change that I've never seen before. I was like, oh, that was kind of interesting, Again, so there can be like awesome stuff that you can learn from those classes. So I wouldn't just sort of toss them by the side, like that. So anyway. Tell them your experience level. Go in with no expectations about what's supposed to happen. Fall in line. Be ready to take on the new tribe and Ambulance. And we will end on that one, guys.